So I've read the text and I've engaged with the text, and now I'm ready to respond to these prompts. So in terms of a math teacher and why sometimes mathematics curriculum is isolated, it's because I feel this pressure to get through all of the state standards that Ohio requires for each course, and especially with teaching Algebra 1 and geometry, which traditionally have these end of year tests for students. I just feel that there's this pressure with pacing on getting through all that content so that I get a good evaluation, so that my school has a good evaluation. And so sometimes with these cross-curricular activities, it just, they take a little bit of time. In terms of students and the text, I was really struck by this idea of number numbness. And I think students just traditionally think that math is this rote practice on these handouts that their teacher gives them that they fail to see, where numbers are so present in history lessons and can even be shown in English lessons, like Mr. Peterson even does in his fifth grade classroom. So talking about some different activities that I've thought of that would link mathematics to history, I've actually created this chart here. So it'd probably be a good time to pause this video just to look and see different activities I've thought about in terms of connecting math to students' lives, linking math and issues of equality, using math to uncover stereotypes, and then using math to understand history. So again, I would pause this to get a better sense of these activities I've just brainstormed. I've also linked them to at least one Ohio State standard. And then the one activity that obviously you can't click on this hyperlink, but I have done this activity in the past. And again, this activity um, is just using math to understand history. So this is an activity from Illustrative Mathematics that gives real Titanic data in a handout and has students just analyze survival rates based on class, and then survival rates based on gender, and then even age, where children are involved in this chart. So in this last question, where Peterson gives these three unfortunate consequences if we continue to isolate mathematics from other curriculums, in terms of his first consequence, I don't know, I kind of, as an educator, I've always tried to just convey, no matter what course I'm actually teaching, that math is just problem solving. I use the analogy a lot that our minds are these toolboxes, and I'm just trying to fill up your toolboxes with tools or all these different problem solving strategies. If one tool isn't working, you've got to pull out another tool, another strategy to try, to answer that question, to find a solution to your dilemma. In terms of his second unfortunate consequence, again, I'm kind of torn because I don't see myself in this situation, but maybe if you're in a school that's using outdated textbooks or forcing you to use a canned curriculum like I was forced to use in Chicago, I can see how there would definitely be a disconnect from math to reality. But in my experience, where I'm exposing these students to so many dynamic softwares like Desmos and GeoGebra, and coming up with rich tasks where students are problem solving, I feel like there is a connect. And finally, I think this one is super important in today's world where so much data is shared through social media and how data can all be manipulated to support any claim. Students need to understand how to analyze and challenge data. Um, so really, it's our job to make them critically think.